Welcome to the Abundance Effect, where we empower ambitious women with practical tools to live their most rich and fulfilling life in business and beyond. I'm your host, Larisa McCooth. Let's get started. If you're a high-achieving woman and you've ever said that you want to change but then gone quiet, maybe you've pulled back and disappeared, this episode is for you. Let's just call it what it is. Avoidance. Hiding. Going into witness protection. I have had so many conversations with women who are desperate for change. They're in, they're ready, they want support, and then they fall off the face of the earth. Gone. Literally like witness protection. The message comes in, I've just been so busy. Something came up. I'll circle back soon. And I just sit there thinking, you really didn't get busy. You got uncomfortable. And listen, I'm not saying this to judge you. I'm saying this because I see it all the time. And I've done it too. So there's actually a name for this. It's called the ostrich effect. This is a psychological pattern where people avoid information or situations that make them uncomfortable. It's like an ostrich sticking its head in the sand and thinking that nobody can see it. However, your head might be hidden, but everything else, like your backside, is still out there. And people, they do see it. So here's the truth. When you're hiding, people know. They may not call you out on it, but they feel it. They totally feel it. And when you disappear without clarity, you leave a gap. And what's there to fill this gap? Assumptions. And they're rarely generous. So let's go deeper. Hiding doesn't just look like disappearing. It's subtle. It can look like not replying to a message that you don't know how to answer. It could be keeping your camera off when you could turn it on during a Zoom call. It could be avoiding a conversation that you know you need to have. Might even be good for you. Just don't want to have it. You might stop posting online when things feel off, or even filling your calendar with low-ticket work in order to avoid what actually matters. That's hiding. And I see it in so many of my own spaces. In my calls on Zoom, I ask people to turn their cameras on. Why? Not just for me, for them. Because the moment you show your face, you become present, you engage differently, you stop hiding. Even if you're eating, walking, cleaning your kitchen, exercising, I don't care. Show up as long as you got your clothes on. Now, let me ground this in something important. There are times where you do need space. So years ago, when my dad passed away, I pulled back. I needed time to process. I needed to feel. However, I didn't fully disappear from my entire life. I didn't drop all of my responsibilities. I had my team support me. I had content still going out. I stayed connected to what mattered because both can be true. You can honor your emotions and you can still show up for your life. And this is where I think a lot of people, they get it wrong. They think it's either or. They're like, I'm all in or I shut everything down. And it doesn't have to be that way. It's more about regulated, honest presence. And there's also something that we learned in NLP trainers training that really stuck with me. Right before the moment someone has a breakthrough, they tend to hide. It's like clockwork. It's so predictable. Why? Because growth creates tension and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. This expansion, it creates fear. This visibility creates vulnerability. So what do? You pull back. And then you say, oh, it's timing. Oh, it's my energy. Oh, something's happening in my life. But it's really not. When you actually tell the truth, it's discomfort. And here's something you need to hear. Avoidance doesn't protect you. It prolongs the problem. There is so much research in behavioral psychology that shows avoidance temporarily reduces anxiety. However, it increases it in the long term. And so you might feel relief in the moment, but in reality, you're actually reinforcing the pattern. So what happens the next time? Well, you avoid faster because you're good at it. You've practiced it. Cancel, cancel, cancel. You stay stuck longer, right? You've got the habit built. Cancel, cancel, cancel that as well. And this is how people stay in the same place for years. Quick pause, because if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, I do this, I disappear, I avoid, I hide, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not a motivation problem. It is not a personality flaw. It is lack of structure that holds you when things get hard. And that's exactly why I created the Momentum Lab. This is a simple, structured weekly rhythm that keeps you showing up even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is not built when it's easy. It's built when you'd normally disappear. Now, inside the Momentum Lab, you don't fall off the face of the earth. You don't hide for weeks. You stay in motion with support and accountability. So if you're tired of starting and stopping and avoiding what actually matters, this is your place. Head to the link in the show notes or direct message me on Instagram at My Abundance Academy, and we'll get you all the details. So let's bring this into relationships for a second. In my morning success calls, we've been reading Crucial Conversations. This is a book filled with tools for talking when the stakes are high, because the fact is, most people were never taught how to communicate. And so when something real comes up, they avoid, they hide, and they just don't know what to say. Like, I get it. I've been there. But what happens is it creates friction. It creates misunderstanding. People get weird. They get off energy. And the solution generally is to just have an honest conversation, like a real conversation that matters. And so if you get practical, this isn't about calling you out. It's actually about calling you forward. And so I want to give you 3 steps to stop hiding, even when you don't feel like it. Okay? 3 simple steps. So 1, tell the truth. Cleanly and simply, just tell the truth. Instead of, oh, I've been so busy, so much is going on. Just say it. I've been avoiding this because I didn't know how to handle it. That level of honesty, that actually builds trust instantly. And you know what? People probably won't be mad at you. They'll relate and they'll be understanding because they've done it too. You're not the only one, guaranteed. Okay, so just tell the truth. Call it how it is. Second, keep non-negotiables in your calendar. Now, when I used to dance, I was part of a company. And we had rehearsals 2 days a week, minimum, sometimes more. But when it was in my calendar, when I was expected to show up, you know what happened? I showed up whether I felt like it or not. Same thing with Toastmasters. I was part of this community. I sat on the executive. We were expected to show up. And I made a commitment, so I followed through. And this is why structure matters. It carries you when your emotions don't. You're not always going to be in the mood. However, when you make a commitment to show up for someone or to something, you do. And even if you're not in a good mood to start, chances are you're going to feel better leaving. Chances are you're going to learn something, you're going to progress. And even if you have a meh day, something will move you forward in some capacity. It's a character builder. So show up. Regardless, keep some non-negotiables in your calendar. Not fill it with everything, but a couple of key things that mean something to you. Third, okay, point number 3, stay visible. And stay visible in small ways. You don't have to go big. If you can't go big, just get honest. Post something simple online. Send a little text message. Turn your camera on. This doesn't have to be rocket science. It doesn't need perfection, but it does require presence, because when you show up, when you actually follow through, that's when magic starts to happen. This is exactly why I created the Momentum Lab, because I've seen way too many brilliant and beautiful women get inspired, get excited, and then disappear. Not because they're lazy, but because they don't have a structure to hold them. And so what we're doing inside the Momentum Lab, we don't let you vanish. You have a weekly rhythm. You have something in your calendar every single week, a place to reset. And this is a space where you can show up Even when life is messy, even when things aren't perfect, even when you're going, oh my goodness, look at all my first world problems. They're not that bad. We can overcome them. Why? Because your life is a high stakes game and you don't get to check out every time it feels hard. That's just a cop out. So if you're listening to this and thinking, yeah, I've been hiding, Larisa, you called me out. I want to just bury my head in the sand. I want to close my eyes. I want to hide. Don't. This is good awareness because awareness is the first step. Now, step number 2 is actually to do something about it. So what I want you to do, if any of this has been resonating with you and you're not in the Momentum Lab yet, I want you to head over to the link in the show notes or send me a direct message on Instagram at My Abundance Academy with the word momentum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the details for Momentum Lab because here's the truth. You don't build the life you want by disappearing from it. You build it by showing up, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's messy, even when you don't know exactly what to say, because you matter. Your life matters. And it's time to stop hiding from it. So join us in the Momentum Lab if you've been in the hiding game. Easy, simple, structured, strategic, super accessible. And next time you feel the urge to disappear, don't. That is your cue to stay in it. And that's exactly what we build inside the Momentum Lab. So check it out, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Abundance Effect. Bye for now.